Hi, Frederick.
Vishal, Frederick just stepped out for a second.
Oh, sure.
Okay, but he is here. He'll be right back.
Fantastic. So you got the final press release copy also, I presume.
We got the press release, yes. I'm still in another call, but I'll be right with you.
Okay.
Okay.
Vishal?
Yeah, I'm here.
We'll go live in 1 minute on Zoom. In 1 minute, I'll just start broadcast.
Gaurav, can you change my name to initial SJ?
Hi, can you repeat that?
I'm saying, can you change my name to SJ just?
Yeah.
Initial, put an initial.
They're asking if the call will be recorded. Recorded hoga na ye session?
Yes. Okay, we're going live on Zoom in 3, 2, 1. I'm going live. Live.
Hello, good morning. Visho, just quickly checking. Can you hear me or anyone else for that matter?
Hi, we can hear you. We can hear you, Frederick.
Perfect. Okay, thanks a lot. Then excited to start.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the special webinar today, which we are having to unveil a new innovation which GOQii has worked on. I think we're just going to give another minute or so for our guest of honor, Amitabh Kant of Niti Aayog, to join us. So I think we are just there. In the meantime, we already have Frederick here, who's the CEO of Thrive, who has joined us all the way from Germany. Welcome, Frederick. I think we have enough participants now over here. So while Mr. Kant is just joining us, I wanted to once again thank each and every one of you to join this special webinar. As you know, today we have a very special announcement to make around the future fight against COVID-19 and what technology companies like us are doing in response to it. There has been a lot of excitement around the world when it comes to technology. And today is one of those days where we are going to show you and unveil something we've been working on for some time. We are actually currently live across various platforms. So while you are on Zoom, you can also catch us on Facebook, YouTube, and GOQii Play and other places. And you can also ask your questions right here. There is a question answer panel you can ask within the chat itself. And there's a Q&A panel which we can also take. So we'll be able to answer some of your questions. In any case, if you miss us, you can tweet us and we'll be able to address some of your questions too. Also, members of the media, we will be able to share a detailed press release of this for you. So if you can in your comments also leave your email ID if need be, or let us know, we'll be able to share the detailed press release too. So in any case, well, let us start. I think Mr. Kant will be joining us shortly. Today, like I was mentioning to you, is a special day. We at GOQii have been, ever since the lockdown, working on various solutions. And one of the key aspects of this fight against COVID is around the body temperature. As you know, body temperature is very, very important. So today I'll be sharing with you, and I'll just going to share a few slides which we have put together on what we have exactly done in response to this so that you get a good sense of this. So I've just started my presentation. So March 12th is when GOQii actually went in lockdown. We did a little earlier than everybody else. And our teams remotely started work already on a new device. And the idea was that how could we make taking body temperature as easy as anything else. As you know, today the process is quite cumbersome. There are either things like thermometers, or there are products like the temperature guns, etc., which make it cumbersome, and they can only be doing at that point of time. So I'm happy to introduce to you GOQii Vital 3. It's the world's first wristband-based sensor to detect body temperature. And as we know, body temperature is an early symptom of COVID-19 infection. Apart from body temperature, the device is also capable of measuring blood pressure, continuous heart rate. It has, of course, like any other sensors of GOQii, it has the ability to measure steps, calories, sleep, etc. So the form factor and the entire package makes it really easy and convenient for you to not only measure your body temperature, but also analyze and track it. And believe me, it is so easy. I'll be actually showing you how the device works. So as you can see, it doesn't need to be really put on very tight. I'm just going to give you a quick demo of how this actually works so that you get an idea. So if you look at the system here, sorry. Yeah. If you look at the system, just like any other touchscreen system, you can see.
Mr. Vital, CEO sir is on the way.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
We'll Yeah, so while Mr. Kant is coming over here, I was showing you the actual device. So you can see that the device is pretty neat. That's the heart rate sensor, and you can see this. This is actually the temperature sensor, and this is what connects to your skin and gets you the skin temperature. And the best thing is, if you look at the device, and I'm just going to put my finger right here to show you my current skin temperature. So it is as simple as within a matter of seconds, as you can see, it is able to show you my temperature, 97.1. So that's how easy it is. And if this is against your wrist over here, the same temperature comes up. So the way we have designed it is extremely easy form factor. It has a integrated charger. So this device can directly go into the charger itself. Hello, sir. Welcome. Yeah, we were just showing the demo of the device. And we've also sent over the devices to Mr. Khan, so he'll be receiving it.
Please go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Please go.
So, sir, I was just showing the device. So the form factor is pretty simple. Within a matter of seconds, by just contacting the sensor right behind, this is what touches your skin, we are able to show the temperature. And as you can see, it will be showing you my body temperature, 97.11. And the best part is this takes a temperature recording every 3 to 5 minutes. So it's almost real time. So in a day, massive amount of times the body temperature is taken. And let me show you what we can do with all this data. So once the temperature is taken within the GOQii app itself, you have the ability to analyze it. So as you can see in this screen, we have the ability to analyze your heart rate, blood pressure, ECG, body temperature, blood glucose. And right now, this particular device, the GOQii Vital 3, does not have ECG and blood glucose, but ECG is something we may add later. But the best part is, as you can see in the next screen here, it is taking my body temperature for the whole day. So it said that yesterday, my average temperature throughout the day was 96.64. So it is able to take the trend. You also can set up limits in the app. So if there are variations in the body temperature, we can set up alerts. Similarly, it can monitor your heart rate and give you what is your average heart rate, what's your HRV, and limits can be set and triggers can be set based on this. So this system makes it very easy for an individual or an organization to track temperature and other health parameters of various people. And that's the beauty of this. The device which GOQii has, along with our coaches and other people, really help you analyze the data and get the data. But we went a step forward. I'm also happy to announce here, and of course we have Frederick here who will be talking it in a bit, that we have partnered with Thrive Health, which is a leading health tech company from Germany. Thrive is also working very closely on the whole prevention detection of COVID-19 with the German government, and Frederick will be talking a little bit more about it. But net, they have algorithms and machine learning which can take the data generated by GOQii and our users, and then based on that, actually start detecting early if we are seeing any kinds of trends and symptoms. So here is where early intervention can be made. And I'm really happy to announce that we will be launching a clinical study along with Thrive here in India. Of course, we will learn from what they have done in Germany, and we can see how governments are really partnering with private companies and health tech startups like us. And here is a great example of what Thrive is doing. So what our goal is to take different kinds of data sets, which GOQii has on our devices, on our app, whether it is nutrition data, sleep data, and combine it with the algorithms, with the help of which we can not only prevent, but also stop the spread of COVID-19, because early detection actually makes this even better to manage. And that's really what we are attempting to do with this solution. Another thing, while we were building this solution, just last week, May 9th, we saw this report on CNN that the US Army is pushing to develop wearable sensors to detect coronavirus symptoms. And we were really excited because this is exactly what we have been developing here in India. So needless to say, we have already contacted the US Army and sent in all the details of GOQii Vital 3. And just like how India is helping the world fight COVID, we believe that we will hear from the US Army very soon, because we have our solution very much ready. So while the US Army is waiting for the development of a solution, we went and presented GOQii what we were doing, of course, virtually. We could not meet even Akshay Kumar sir, and presented to him the whole idea. And I'm happy to once again announce that Akshay Kumar, the great man, we know how much he's supporting the country. When he heard about what GOQii is doing and the impact we can make, Akshay Kumar sir has decided to donate GOQii Vital devices, these very vital devices, to the front line. And here is where Akshay sir is supporting the Mumbai police. Yesterday, we went and handed over almost 1,000 devices to Mumbai police, and they have become literally the first organization in the world. So outside of our team at GOQii, Mumbai Police has now become the first organization, and we are implementing this entire system with Mumbai Police. Yesterday, we met the Mumbai Police Commissioner Parambir Singh and handed over and explained them how the system works. And we are right now integrating with the police department, and hopefully we'll be enabling them to monitor the health of all the police personnel. And we are really, really proud of Mumbai Police and all the various police officers and frontline forces who are really doing their best to protect us, not only in India, but across the world. So this is something which we are really proud and excited about. Talking about temperature check, as we know that every economy, every world wants to open up soon, and it is said that we have to learn to live with the virus till the time we are able to get the vaccines in place. And whether there are government, schools, colleges, hospitals, factory, food delivery companies, banks, e-commerce, everyone is currently looking at solutions, because temperature sensing is becoming one of the key ways for you to manage and prevent COVID. So we believe that the solution GOQii has built is going to help here. And as we are rolling this out, I can confirm to you that we are in talks with several organizations, both private and government, who are looking at this. And we are planning to roll this out in India first, but then our plan is to take it to other markets. We are looking at Australia, Germany, US, UAE, Singapore. So there is and Japan, for example, there is a lot of excitement and demand everywhere on this solution, because now we have a very easy way for people to manage data, to analyze it, and then proactively be preventive as far as people's health is concerned. Talking about finally the call which our Prime Minister recently made about being vocal about local, which is Atmanirbhar Bharat. I'm excited to say that GOQii is evaluating manufacturing options in India. And I'm excited to have Amitabh Kant sir here, because as we know, Make in India is one of the key initiatives. And we do believe that while currently the device is manufactured in China, because that's where we were traditionally doing our manufacturing, we are looking at moving manufacturing to other locations, and India is something we'll be surely evaluating. This is really, really special times. The world is coming together to fight coronavirus, COVID-19, as you know. And today you can see the best example here, that we have Frederick from Germany joining us, who's working with the German government. And here we have Amitabh Kant sir, the architect behind Arogya Setu app, which now has crossed over 100 million installations. I think it's possibly, after Pokemon Go, the fastest growing app in the world. Every Indian today is using Arogya Setu. So we'll be here, excited to hear from Amitabh Kant sir on this. But before that, Frederick, thanks a lot for joining us. We would quickly like to know a little bit about what you are doing in Germany, and how do you think your technology around with GOQii's wearable can make a big difference in India on the COVID fight?
Thank you, Vishal. Hello, good morning, everyone. I feel very honored to be here within this announcement with you in this partnership. Happy to give a quick overview about us and what we do currently, and where we see the huge potential together in our companies going forward in this. So I'm Friedrich, I'm the CEO of Thrive. We are a specialist health tech engine that analyzes data stream from diverse sensors, from wearables, but also blood glucose, blood pressure monitors, etc. We are a spin-off from the Fraunhofer Institute in Germany. It's Germany's most renowned research chain. And our engine provides more than 50 customers all over Europe, from insurers to government, with the insights they need to proactively understand deteriorations in health. We do that in a diverse range of indications, from standard prevention to cancer and oncology treatment. And in this special situation of COVID-19, and this is basically how we got in touch, Vishal, we help the German government to detect the onset and spread of COVID-19 symptoms early on a nationwide scale. Our engine powers an app that enables data donation for the German government using their wearable. More than 500,000 people, so a bit less than 1% of the population has downloaded it, has used their wearable to provide this data, and our engine calculates on a daily basis the likelihood and availability of symptoms within Germany. This enables the German government to understand the potential onset of symptom hotspots and also the kind of spreading lines and disease infection lines a lot more fine granular and a lot faster than it was previously possible when relying only on lab tests, where they're more precise, but it takes up to 2 weeks to get the results to the Center of Disease Control. So our engine is able to analyze the wearable data that is there and to derive the infections, the potential infection signs from it. And we're super excited now with GOQii together to actually expand this engine to this vast technology pool that GOQii is bringing, and the potential application in helping a country as big as India, which is dimensions bigger than Germany, to help steer the crisis better. So we are super curious to move ahead. We are impressed by the technological capability of the devices that GOQii is bringing to market at this price tag also, honestly. And we are really looking forward to get our engine running, use the data, and to help GOQii and basically the whole of India to detect signs of COVID-19 detection early on.
Thanks a lot, Frederick. As you know, we are also excited about it. And to share our excitement, I wanted to have none other than Amitabh Kant, the CEO of Niti Aayog, join us. As we all know, Arogya Setu app, which has now crossed over 100 million downloads in India, is really leading the way, sir. So we would just love to hear your views on the development, and where do you see Indian tech and this whole global cooperation can go, especially when it comes to the fight against COVID.
Yeah, so let me first congratulate you and GOQii for this unique initiative. I would also like to congratulate Thrice and its CEO for this partnership between GOQii and Thrice. You know, we in India, for us, our belief is that we need technology to enable India to leapfrog in many ways across education, across health. And one of the key factors has been that, you know, when the COVID-19 crisis broke out in India, within a period of 15 days, in good private-public partnership, we were able to develop Arogya Setu app. And this has been a very powerful app in tracking down people who are impacted and do contact tracing. This basic essence of this app is all about contact tracing, and we are able to do it technologically much quicker, much faster than you can ever do physically. It's not possible physically at all, and therefore we are able to do this. And along with that, now again in private-public partnership, we've added the Arogya Setu Mitra, which is a telemedicine site on which we are able to provide advice on telemedicine aspects, including because faceless consultation with doctors will not be feasible anymore for a long time. And therefore, you can take a photograph and get consulted and so on. And this is, to my mind, a very, very key initiative. In all this, we work with the private sector. And our belief is that similar kind of initiatives are being taken by Niti Aayog in very many other areas of financial inclusion, of education, manufacturing, many, many areas to see where we can use technology to leapfrog, including agriculture. And therefore, I'm particularly delighted that this initiative has been done. I'm delighted that you have Akshay Kumar, who's supporting you fully by providing this to the Mumbai police. And I'm sure that with his assistance, you will be able to support the Indian police in many other areas. And now this is a powerful tool because it will tell you your fever round the day. This is a very, very powerful tool. And to my mind, this would be a big help. This would be a big assistance. And let me just wish you the best. Let me say that this is a great initiative. As we go along, we'll see its performance and see how best we can maintain privacy, which is a very key concern for us. Because for us, privacy comes first. As we go along, we'll see how we can work together to take this forward. We'll be very happy to fully support you. I again take this opportunity of congratulating GOQii and Thrice on this partnership, and I wish all of you all the best and a great successful future.
Thanks a lot, sir. Thanks a lot for your wishes. You talked about privacy. I just want to add here that privacy is equally important for all of us, like it is for Arogya Setu app, which you have confirmed before. We are following both HIPAA guidelines as well as the GDPR guidelines right now. And of course, in India, we know the Data Privacy Act is also getting worked on. So we are going to be fully compliant with whatever data privacy laws are in place, because even for us, data privacy is very, very key. Also, sir, as Arogya Setu Mitra app rolls out, we'll be more than happy to figure out an integration there, because once the data starts coming in. So we have a question here from Dr. Wasim Ghori, who's asking the role of remote patient monitoring in chronic disease management. And that's exactly one of the use cases, because when teleconsultations are happening virtually, the doctor does not have data. Right now, what happens is, with the help of this wearable, people can connect it to, let's say, the Arogya Setu Mitra app or any other teleconsultation app and share data to the doctor. So the doctor can not only talk to the patient, but remotely look at their temperature, their blood pressure, and various parameters. So the whole treatment becomes very, very holistic, because now data is also flowing together. So that really makes a big difference. Frederick, would you want to add a little bit more around how privacy is being handled in Germany? Because we know you are working closely with the German government too.
Sure. So I think Europe has been one of the frontline warriors in terms of data privacy. So we have been very sensible to this respect from the early start. Basically, it's about enabling informed choices and ensuring data security. And both we, of course, enable with the German government. So you are informed what happens with your data, what is it used for, and what is your benefit from sharing your data or providing your data. And on the other hand, of course, we need to ensure the highest possible levels of data security in this respect. This is basically a technical challenge. And if it wouldn't work, no one of us would use a digital financial or banking service. So this is, it's a task that one needs to tackle. But we wouldn't have been able to go live within just 4 weeks with the German government if our system wasn't yet designed fully for data security and data privacy. So this is a task, and it's super important to be sensible to it. But then again, it's something that just needs to be done.
There's another question. Yeah, sorry. Yes, sir.
So Vishal, I have to go for another meeting. So I just wanted to take this opportunity to congratulate both of you. And I wish you all the best. And I'm sure that this will do extremely well, and it will continue to flourish in the Indian market.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. We will continue with the rest of the questions and we can maybe contact you offline. Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, Frederick, we have a few more questions here which we can quickly run through. One question is from Akshay Rati, who's asking that a lot of COVID-19 cases are asymptomatic. How does the product address the issues around identifying them in any ways?
So, of course, if you have a person that is completely asymptomatic, it's going to be difficult to detect them automatically. These kind of cases you will only detect using a lab test. But this is also okay if you look at it in a broader picture. So when it comes to the point of opening up a country and balancing healthcare risks with economic risks, even understanding only those that show symptoms and be able to understand where their contacts are, where potential new infection hotspots are, this helps to direct these valuable resources in testing to exactly those that need it. So this is like an early detection beacon system that will not be able to provide full coverage for asymptomatic people. Nothing can detect asymptomatic people aside of a lab test, but it will gain invaluable transparency on those that are symptomatic and that need to be tested together with their close contacts.
Fantastic. Also, Frederick, it will be good for us to know that what kind of sample size are you working currently with, and what do you think would be a good sample size in India for the study?
So the epidemiologists in Germany that we are working with have calculated with around 0.5% of the population. However, this differs a lot based on the regional specificity that you're looking for. So if I look at a city like Mumbai or Delhi, I think this is something that can easily be achieved. And I think these are the hotspot risk areas that you need to cover with those kind of devices. Just to put that also in balance, the Center for Disease Control in Germany was looking for at least 10,000 users in Germany to produce meaningful results. 10,000 users for a nation of 80 million. This is the baseline level that you can calculate with. So with GOQii's user base and the whole of India as a population, there will already be valuable insights, even on a national level, that you can derive from this.
Got it. I think there are a lot of questions coming in. So let me take another question. Somebody is asking that how will HR get intimation of abnormal body temperature so that they can isolate the employees? From Aruna. So Aruna, for enterprises, we have a special solution which you can deploy at your company level. And the way the solution works is that, of course, you first need to get approvals and permissions of privacy from your employee group. And then you can, within your dashboard, set up limits of alerts. So you could say that if a heart rate goes up or down, or if the temperature fluctuates at some point of time, you will be alerted to that so that you can then proactively intervene. Also, this data is monitored over a period of time. So normally when you have temperature guns, it is somebody taking the temperature and you have no record of past data at all. Here, the data is monitored. Also, hopefully with Thrive in the future, we will be able to use algorithms which will not only tell you people who are at risk, but even predict much earlier. In fact, there are not only use case around COVID, but we'll talk a little bit about use cases like depression and other cases, other diseases which Thrive's algorithms can detect. So once any field force is using GOQii, this data can unlock a whole host of information. So it is going to be extremely powerful. And I think that's where maybe Frederick, you could talk about the other use cases apart from COVID, which you are able to analyze and how it can benefit large companies and organizations with big field forces.
Of course, with pleasure. Just a caution, Vishal, it's almost 11 German time. We fixed it a bit, but I'm happy to dive into this question. In medieval times, measuring health and understanding risk was based on someone, using his hand to check your pulse, etc. Then we moved into modern medicine and we fixed that fever is something like 37.8 degrees Celsius, and we fixed this very biomarkers. We are now moving ahead into a state where wearables like the ones from GOQii are providing data on a level that is unprecedented beforehand. So we are now understanding different markers that tell us this is fever, or this is a depression, or this is diabetes, or the like. This is a cardiovascular issue referring to your heart rate. So as the devices are getting better and better, and I think the Vital 3 is a stunning example of that, we are able to understand more and more about the disease factors that lie hidden in this information. And this is exactly what we at Thrive focus on. So, for example, in depression, just understanding, screening, analyzing the baseline wearable information already gives insights on the potential risk of a depression. So this kind of data we are working on here in Germany and together with our partners all over Europe in a diverse range of indications. And we are happy to have this kind of roadmap also together with GOQii in setting the next milestones in detecting diseases from a remote point of view.
Thanks, Frederick.
I need to say goodbye, Vishal. Thanks a lot for the invitation. My pleasure.
We have Christian there. We have a few more questions. So Christian, I think from your team would be here to answer any.
Exactly. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.
Thanks, Frederick. So yeah, we have time for a few more questions. So let us quickly run through them. I think there is a question by Dr. Ashish Contractor that when will the ECG functionality be live? And all I can say, doctor, is right now the version we released does not have ECG, but as we deploy more versions of the device, we will be getting ECG soon. So right now it's in the roadmap, but the current device, the Vital 3, does not have ECG capabilities. I think there's another question around, does the user also help the user identify COVID and other users with whom they may have in contact with? So Nimisha, I think for that, we would recommend using the Arogya Setu app, which is a good way for you to do contact tracing. I think that's really what you are referring to. And you can look at how contact tracing can be used from the perspective of early detection. I think there's a question from Samir Jindal that do we have interest from corporates, B2B from the products? Like I mentioned before in my presentation, clearly there is a lot of interest on various private and government bodies who are looking to monitor their health of their people. So imagine if you are a large, car aggregator model, right? You have so many taxi drivers on the road. How do you monitor their health? Or if you are into food delivery or e-commerce. So if you are dealing with large field forces, this becomes very important. Similarly, now many companies are doing work from home. So when their employees are not in their office, how do they help them? How do they test for their health? So this also becomes a big tool. And clearly for the frontline workers are very, very important. In fact, right now the product is going to be available first for frontline workers and organizations. We have a small quantity, which we are also making available for the general public, which people can buy on the GOQii app. You can download the GOQii app, and currently the MRP of this is 3,999 rupees. And you can directly buy it from the GOQii app itself. Will be soon available on other e-commerce portals, but as you know, a lot of issues are happening around logistics and deliveries, but we are working with our different e-commerce partners on that. I think, we have a few more questions here. I think it's almost 2:30. So the question here is from Kamal, that how do we share data with other apps or in case of telemedicine to doctor? So like I mentioned, Kamal, the key for us is data privacy. So once we have data privacy contracts with people, we will be integrating with those apps. So currently, basic data can be integrated with Google Fit, but when it comes to specific medical data, we need permissions and approvals for that. And we are integrating with the different apps as it comes. I think we'll take another 2-3 questions before we end. I think the question is from Trishta Jain, that what is the aim of the study with Thrive? So maybe Christian, you can talk about a little bit about the study and what we are planning to do around it.
Yeah. So in essence, we are trying to replicate what we already have in Germany. So, and as Frederick already pointed out, in Germany, we are trying to early detect symptoms of COVID-19. So we would replicate the same in India, using first of all the same kind of methods that we are using here in Germany, by sleep patterns, heartbeat, and the temperature. And then, of course, since the GOQii 3 device has a lot of capabilities, we'll see if there are additional data points that we can use to be even more precise.
Perfect. Thank you. There's another question that how does the temperature accuracy work in the high heat of Indian summer? So like I mentioned before, Swati, the device has a sensor which contacts the skin. So the temperature is read from the skin, and we've been using it. I've been using it in the heat of Mumbai, and the temperature is pretty accurate, up to 0.3 degrees. Clearly, it is not, it may vary depending on time of the day, etc. But like I said, this is not one temperature reading. GOQii Vital takes your reading from morning till night as long as you wear. So you not only get a temperature at that point of time, but you get the entire trend of temperature, which is more important. So unlike other solutions, which is at that point, so when you use a thermometer or a temperature gun, you are looking at the temperature at that point. What GOQii is actually throughout, it's continuous. So it is very, very valuable data from that perspective. Richa is asking, will it be measured in Fahrenheit or degrees? Currently, the medical norm, mostly people use Fahrenheit for body temperature. So we are using Fahrenheit, but it's not a very difficult thing to change between Celsius and Fahrenheit. So we can definitely do that. Jairaj is asking that what is the battery life? So again, depending on the usage, the battery can go from, let's say, 4 to 7 days. So again, 4 to 5 days would be a good enough battery life. And it's very easy to charge because you can use the phone's own USB port itself. Somebody's asking, are you planning for changes in the band design, as many mothers working in frontline, but there's some old style, she don't like the band look. So currently, as you know, we designed this entire product remotely, and I want to give a shout out to Sachin Jangal, who's our CTO, and the entire tech and development team of GOQii, who did a fantastic job, guys. They were all sitting remotely and developing the product. So right now, this version, the first version which is out, was made in lockdown, but as things open, we will certainly come up with the other form factors and better design. But currently what we did was took the old design of GOQii Vital 2 and built on top of it. So clearly, right now, the design is what it is, but we will be coming up with more improvements later. So thanks a lot once again. So I think we are almost through with the with the event, and I'm so happy to see such a huge response and so many questions out here. And once again, I would like to thank Christian and Frederick from Thrive, of course, Mr. Amitabh Kant from Niti Aayog, who took his valuable time and joined us, and everybody out here. Right today, it's very, very unprecedented times. We never had this product in our pipeline. We never dreamt that we will be making a new wearable sitting in the home for a condition we had not heard about. So challenges are always there, but it's how we respond to those challenges and what is your attitude towards it, which makes it different. Today, we have all come united as a universe, as a world, 7 billion people together. We are going to fight COVID or any other threat which is going to come and affect us. Together we will stand, and together we will win. Thanks a lot once again, everybody. And you can always, like I mentioned, connect with us on Twitter and other means, and we'll be happy to answer your questions. And members of the press can be in touch with our other team members from PR, etc. They'll be more than happy to share with you the press release and other details. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a very, very good day. Thank you.
Thank you, Vishal.
Thank you.